What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. In this video, I want to talk about TMT, the money team. Not really Floyd Mayweather, because Floyd is Floyd. He's shown that he has dog in him. He had a good fight, close fight with Marcos Maidana, and we already know his accomplishments. I'm talking about his team when he's gone. And I'm going to be straight up with y'all. The money team seems garbage to me. Like, I try to look at it from different ways, and Mayweather Promotions, he tries to pump up some of the fighters. And I'm not disrespecting, because I've even interviewed and talked to some of the money team and whatnot. But I got to be real, first and foremost. And I just don't see it. I don't see the vision. I don't see his stable blossoming or growing fight by fight. Jalen Love, not bad, but also I don't see him being elite. He had a scrappy, very, very tough fight with Gabriel Rosado, and a lot of people thought Rosado won. I only watched it probably once, so I got to watch it again. I know it was a very close fight, and I don't remember, but I think I had Rosado winning. I don't remember my scorecard and whatnot. Then against Parabon, Jay Leon Love was getting touched up, and it didn't look like he was able to. It didn't look like he was going to make it. Like, personally, in my opinion, Jay Leon Love, that fight could have been stopped when he was getting touched up on the ropes. He wasn't throwing back. So, depending on the ref, it's all about perception and all about personal judgment. But, I mean, if the ref stopped it, it would have been Jay Leon Love's fight, because he wasn't grabbing and holding at first, and he was getting touched up. He was getting tagged on the ropes, and Parabon was letting his hands go. So, the reason Parabon lost that fight is because after that, I don't know if he punched himself out, but he just let off the gas. Like, you had your man hurt, and then you let him off the hook. So that's where Jay Leon Love kept distance and recouped and got back on his feet or whatever. Then you look at Badou Jack, just got thrashed in his last fight, got knocked out. Two of the money team guys, Luis Cuba Arias, a guy that I've interviewed, Pearson, they just tested positive for having marijuana. Now, I'm straight up, whether people don't agree it or don't embrace it. When Chavez Jr. was smoking weed, I was like, that's stupid, man. You're a professional athlete. You know what's banned. You know what's accepted in your sport. You've been doing this since you were a kid. And not even Chavez Jr., because he didn't really have an amateur background. But I talked to Luis Cuba Arias and interviewed him. He knows what's up. He knows the routine. He knows what's acceptable in boxing. He's been doing it in Milwaukee since he was a kid. So for Pearson and Cuba Arias to let some dumb shit like the need to smoke weed like affect your career and your paydays, because to my knowledge, I think Luis Cuba Arias was supposed to fight on the undercards on the Mayweather Maidana fight. So just stupid. You know what I mean? Like, Floyd's putting you guys in a position to get exposure. He's putting you in a position to get some of the spotlight, to make a name for yourself. And what do? You test positive and squander it. Even Jay Leon Love, he tested positive in the Rosado fight, I believe. So he tested positive for diuretic. Some people use diuretics as a masking agent. I'm not saying he was on a more intense ped, but it's an option, and you leave that judgment and that window open when you test positive for some shit. Because again, if you guys know boxing, you'll know that sometimes you mask a hardcore drug with a diuretic, you know what I mean, to cleanse it out of your system. And some people would rather get tested positive for substance B, which is a diuretic used for losing weight, and not get tested positive for the actual ped, like a steroid or whatever. So even if he isn't on steroids, it makes you look like a cheater, and people are going to question. It's that black cloud, and you brought that upon yourself by using that. And 9 out of 10 times, I don't feel sorry for birdos or whatever. Like, oh, I didn't know. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you got to know what's going into your body. And some of these PEDs and performance enhancing drugs and shit, I'm sure you have to feel a difference. Like, you know what I mean? If somebody was giving me some shit, like some fucking horse steroids and the shit they put in church's chicken, and I'm feeling extra strong and I can go more rounds, you know what I mean? I'll be like, damn, I feel good. Like, what are you giving me? Like, you know what I mean? Was it crack? Was it? I feel good. Like, you know what I mean? I would question it. And as a professional athlete, you got to know who's in your circle, have trustworthy people, the whole 9 yards, man. And as far as the money team, I'm just not really impressed. Mickey Bay, he had a tough fight with John Molina. Well, it wasn't even tough. I mean, he made it a tough fight and lost the fight in the 12th round. Like he was dominating John Molina, and then he didn't follow through. He didn't stay true to the game plan that he used through all the early rounds, all the middle rounds, and got caught in the 12th round. So, as far as Floyd Mayweather, I feel like his stable, the money team, is a far cry from everything that he embodies. He was the one that was pushing the Olympic style drug testing and drug testing to the forefront. Then you have several people who are testing positive for something. And it really, at this point, doesn't matter if it's actual HGH or steroids. They're still testing positive, which is a bad rap and it's a bad image for your company. So obviously Floyd, it's not his fault if his fighters are squandering their opportunity, but still, if you look at what Floyd embodies and then you look at his team, it just doesn't coincide. It doesn't go hand in hand. Floyd Mayweather, he has this drug-free image and he wants a clean sport, yet you had at least 3 guys testing for something, be it marijuana, be it diuretics or whatever. Bad look. Then you're like, oh, it's all about hard work, dedication, easy work, and they're not making any of their fights look like easy work. Or like in the instance of Mickey Bay, they're making it look like easy work and then clowning around and getting caught in the 12th round. So any way you slice it, the things that Floyd Mayweather embodies, like that hard work, dedication, that work ethic, I just don't really see his soldiers following suit. Like, I'm a big music fan and I love rap, I love hip hop. My favorite rapper of all time is Tupac. And the one thing I respect about Tupac, aside from his music and his cause and his message and substance in his music, is he was a natural born leader. He would take his group, the Outlaws, he gave them an opportunity, and I've seen videos of this, and they were in the studio kind of clowning around, being young, being in the spotlight, not used to having money and that kind of stuff. And Tupac was on their ass like, you got to double and triple the verses. Like he was explaining to them the game and dropping gems. And out of respect, they respected his message and they respected what he was saying, and they would follow suit. And you notice after Tupac died, the Outlaws kind of fell apart. No one really heard about their music, or no one really was buying CDs, and you know what I mean. They just completely kind of like disbanded, did solo projects, and 2 of them would do a song together. 1 got killed, but it was Tupac and that leadership and that passion that he has, that he's able to command and get people's buy-in. Whereas Floyd Mayweather and his team, he has the right approach. Obviously, that's the approach that's kept Floyd Mayweather relevant and in the sport and undefeated for 18 years. Yet none of his soldiers, in my opinion, are really listening. You know what I mean? You have a great teacher in front of you, someone with knowledge of the game and the business. Like, who makes more money than Floyd Mayweather? Who has more knowledge on the boxing business? You know what I mean? Not too many people. There's guys like De La Hoya and stuff and Schaefer. But as far as boxers are concerned, a lot of boxers, they're broke now. You know what I mean? Like Mike Tyson has to come out with new things and one-man shows and different things because he squandered his money. He's had his ups and downs. He's had bad gold diggers and shit. And Floyd Mayweather's had some of that too. But he just knows the business. And it's crazy to me that you have this teacher in Floyd Mayweather, and all you have to do is listen and learn. And I just feel like the money team doesn't really do that. So let me know what you guys think of the money team. Name one fighter that is the future of boxing in your opinion. I think Ellerby, Al Heyman, Mayweather, they kind of need to go back to the drawing board, maybe even cut some ties with these dudes if they're not going to take their careers seriously, and hire me, you know what I mean? Hire somebody who's a better talent scout, someone who, because I feel you don't know anything about someone instantly, but if you watch someone long enough and study their moves and see how they get down, you're going to know who, for the most part, is going to provide a work ethic and who's a good worker and who, you know what I mean? I just feel like a lot of the money team, they're more concerned with the lifestyle and and living in the, you know what I mean, they got a couple cars, they got some nice jeans and some Timbs on, and a cool deck in their car, you know what I'm saying, and that's good for them. And I don't really see any of them pushing to be the future of boxing after Mayweather leaves, and that's just my straight up opinion. And like I said, it's no disrespect in the video. I have relationships with people in Vegas, with the money team, with done interviews and stuff. I'm just being 100% real. I think they need to get their act together, as a whole, just in general. I don't even have to call out any single names, just all of them. You know what I mean? If you disagree, let me know why. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.